Hi everyone, welcome to Stretching with Aunt Lauren. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. I wanted to introduce myself. I like to start this with a little game called Name Bob. I'm going to say my name, Aunt Lauren, with a little movement attached to it, and then you're going to introduce yourself the same way. Here we go. My name is Aunt Lauren. Can you try that for me? My name is Aunt Lauren. Looks great, guys. And now your turn. What's your name and what's your movement? That looked great, but I didn't quite hear you, and I need a little bigger of emotion. That looks great. Well, so nice to meet you. I know some of you guys out there, so a big hello and big air kisses. So first, let's start with what we call stretching. So what is stretching? It's these motions that keep you growing nice and long and tall. So we're gonna spend this time together stretching. So what's the biggest, tallest thing I can think of that stretches really long and tall to the sky? That would be a tree. So I want your arms to reach up nice and long to the sky, growing like a tree, reaching your fingertips or your leaves up to the ceiling as tall as you can. And now what moves trees? That's right, it's winds. So the wind is gonna blow you over to the right side, stretching your branches as long and over to the right as they can go. And then, whoa, over to the left. The wind is blowing you over to the left. And then, whoa, back over to the right. And then back over to the left. And then swaying from side to side. It's really windy out, guys. And then we get so windy that the whole tree starts shaking. Shake everything. Shake it out. And then all of a sudden the wind stops. And the sun comes out and the tree grows a little higher. Good, reaching one branch up to the ceiling as far as you can. And then reaching the other arm up to the ceiling, or the other branch up to the ceiling as far as you can. And then the branches start rolling down towards the floor. And you roll down with it, guys. So just stretching down towards the floor. Wherever you can, maybe you can touch your shins. Can you touch your ankles? Can you touch your toes or even the floor? But shake your head out, yes and no. And then you're gonna make like that tree again, just swaying your body from side to side. Just letting your body hang nice and loose. And then bringing yourself back up to standing to that tall tree. And now we're gonna look like a big star, right? Or maybe a starfish. And then you're gonna bring your left starfish hand to the right starfish hand and stretch that way as far as you can. Bringing the right hand to the left starfish hand, stretching that way as far as you can. Let's do that one more time on each side. And the other way. And then make that big star shape again. And then reach down towards the floor again. Make that big star shape again. And then down to the floor. Let's do that one more time. Into the star. And back down. Now rolling up one part of your spine at a time. What grows in a forest? We already did these trees, so I'm thinking about things that grow in the forest or animals that are in the forest. Can you think of any for me? Well, those are very, very good animals that grow in a forest. So I'm thinking of one amphibian in particular, and that's a frog. So how can you make the shape of a frog? I think it looks like this, with your knees out to the side, and you're kind of balancing on your toes. Can you lift your heels up here? And what sound do frogs make? That's right. I think they go ribbit, ribbit, right? So can you jump in the shape a little bit? Ribbit, hop up, and hop up. Good, that looks great. Can you go a little higher, guys? Whoa, that was really good. And now for a little bit of a challenge. Can you lift your arms up and balance on your toes? Whoa, that is impressive. And now your arms come back down. Let's do that one more time. Like a frog, lifting its arms up off of the floor. And then lowering it down. Good. I'm thinking, what other animals are in the forest? Maybe some insects? Yeah, I like the idea of like bugs crawling around on all the leaves, right? So let's lay on your back. And sometimes when bugs get scared or they're hiding, they roll onto their back and lift their arms and legs up to the ceiling. Can you do that for me? Arms and legs up to the ceiling, reaching as long as you can. And then everything lowers down to the floor. Let's do that again. Reaching the arms and legs up to the ceiling like a scared bug. And down. One more time. Up like a scared bug. Can you reach your fingers up to the ceiling? Reach your toes so you're pointing them. This is called a pointed toe. And then can you wiggle your fingers and your toes? Wiggle your feet. Wiggle your arms. Wiggle your legs and your knees. Everything is wiggling like a bug with the arms and legs up to the ceiling. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then hug your knees into your chest. One of my favorite insects that you find in a forest or maybe even your backyard, guys, is a roly-poly. Have you ever seen that? There's those little bugs that roll up into a little ball. So we're going to do the roly-poly stretch. So you roll up onto your hips like this, but try not to touch the floor so you're balancing your feet. Make sure you have space behind you on all sides. You're going to roll back and then try to roll up. Roll back and then roll up. Good, let's do that a few more times. Roll back and up, just like a roly-poly. Good, that looks great, guys. You're doing such a good job. Let's do a few more here. And then you're gonna roll up and try to balance. Try to lift your feet up as high as you can. Lift your arms up as high as you can. And then lay your legs on the floor and stretch forward, like you're folding yourself in half. That looks so good. Can you think of any other insects or animals that you find in the forest? Those are really good. Another insect that I always think of, even in your backyard also, is a worm, right? Don't you see worms? Especially it's raining out today over here. You always find worms out when it's raining. So I want you to lay down on your back. Lift your arms behind you as far as you can and make like a wiggling worm. Wiggling your arms and your knees from side to side. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle as far as you can to your left or to one side. Wiggle as far as you can to the other side. Wiggling like a worm. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So fun, guys. You're doing such a good job. And then can you lift your arms up to the ceiling as far as you can? And can you rock yourself up to sitting facing me again? Hello again. Great job worming with me. The last thing I can think of, which I'm sure all of your suggestions were great, and we want to make sure that your guardian or your parent can comment below, and I'll do some of those animals next time for you. Don't forget to remind them. But the last thing I can think of is a bird, right? What are some of your favorite birds? Oh, that's great, guys. Fabulous. I think someone said toucan, and that's my favorite bird too. So, lifting your arms up to the ceiling, let's do the bird, right? Arms up. Maybe you want to walk around the room a little bit, getting some of that energy out. Where are we going, guys? Where are we flying to? I want to fly to California. Where do you want to fly to? Oh, that's a good one. Flying, flying. Maybe you come onto your toes now. Maybe you fly a little faster or maybe a little slower. We're just enjoying the view, aren't we? Flying, flying, flying. And another fun bird that we see sometimes on vacation is a flamingo. Can you lift up one knee and balance like a flamingo? Very good. Can you lift your arms up and bat your wings when you're on one leg? Wow. Good job. Can we do that on the other side? Lifting one knee like a flamingo and reaching your arms up and down. Very good. So great, guys. Now let's just move our head around a little bit, rolling your chin across your chest from side to side. Maybe your hair goes around. Maybe if you have short hair, you could put a towel on your head and fling it around. Side to side. Everyone looks so good. I'm so happy. Now, let's all sit down on the floor and we're going to do some breathing exercises. Maybe you've heard of meditation before, but meditation is so important in keeping your mind healthy. So we've been doing a lot of keeping your body healthy things right now. Now we're going to work on keeping your mind healthy by using your breath. So let's sit down. Maybe you want to grab a blanket, maybe anything or a doll that keeps or that makes you feel comfortable. And we're going to do some breathing here. So you can rest your arms, you can hold your blanket, whatever feels good. I'll hold a pillow. You're just going to take a few deep breaths here. Inhale as deep as you can. Exhale out as deep as you can. You breathe in. That's called inhaling. Breathe out. That's called exhaling. Let's do that a few more times. It sounds great. Let's hear it. Inhale. And breathe out. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. And maybe you feel really nice and relaxed now, and you could just lay down on your back for a second. Lay on your pillow, lay on your blanket, and just bend your knees so that you're relaxed. And just think of 3 things that you've done today that were fun. I hope I included in that. So that's number 1, stretching with Aunt Lauren. Number 2, I made some really good breakfast. Number 3, Oh, that's a good one. I love that. My number 3 is I took a really long shower. Woo! Thank you so much for joining me, my new and old friends. Don't forget to remind your parent or your guardian to leave some comments below about what animals you want me to do next time. Or if you'd like me to give you a special shout out, leave me your name on the email below and I will be happy to say hello to you. Thanks so much for joining me and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.